You are the one that has to look in the mirror and face your own life facts. You are the one that has to stop looking at everybody else saying, I want to be them and I want to do what they're doing. What is it that Yah has placed in you to do? Who has it that he has placed in you to impact? Look at the people in your circle of influence, or look at the people that could potentially be in your circle of influence. Are you in position to help them? Are you in position to do what it is that he has called and chose you to do? Sure, there's a lot of people out there that are great speakers. There's a lot of people out there who just have the X factor. They got influence everywhere they go. People love them. It is what it is. But that might not be you. You have to understand, number one, by going into your prayer closet, that's where your identity comes from. The Spirit, the Ruach HaKodesh, will reveal to you who you are. Yes, it can be through a prophetic word. Yes, it can be through somebody who has revelation and the gift of knowledge and things like that. But nevertheless, the source is going to be from Yah himself. Having a spirit of emulation, which is basically copycat. You see it, you want to do it. That's not going to get you anywhere. All that's going to do is cause you to follow up under the shadow of somebody else. Well, maybe for a short span of time, that might be okay. But at some point, you've got to step out and be who it is that he has called and chose you to be. Yahusha is the only standard. Not me, not your brother, not your mother, not your father. Now, these are different entities that you can possibly look up to, but the standard has already been set. The perfect standard has been set by Yahusha HaMashiach himself, who the world calls Jesus. It's been set. All you got to do is read, believe it, let it process in your spirit, and manifest it in your life. Now is the time to make that decision, to be fully surrendered, to fully submit, to fully dedicate yourself to his purpose. Yes, you're going to bump your head. Yes, you're going to stumble, potentially might even fall, but you've got to get back up, get back in the race, and keep moving. A ball, when it goes down, it hits the ground hard, but guess what? It bounces back. Some of you have hit the ground very hard. Some things you couldn't help, some things you brought upon yourself, but you have got to bounce back. You have got to get up. You've got to get that fight again. You've got to get that grit that you once had. You got to fight for your own salvation, just like you were fighting for that man to come back in your life. Just like you were fighting for that woman to come back in your life. Just like you were begging that boss to give you your job back. You got to fight even harder for your own soul's salvation. How important is it to you? You see, we're talking about eternity here. We're not talking about something that's just short-lived. Our life is short-lived. It's but a vapor, here 1 minute, gone the next. But we are talking about eternity. Will you spend it in the kingdom of Yah, or will you spend it outer darkness where there's weeping and gnashing of teeth? Understand, the choices that you make will determine that. The decisions that you choose will determine that. Now is the time to choose salvation. Now is the time to say, yes, Yah, your will be done in my life. You can do it. Get back in the fight, and I'll meet you in the kingdom. Shalom.